The story of Noah's Ark and a global flood is one of the most powerful and enduring narratives in human history. It's a story of divine judgment and redemption, a total reset for a wicked world. For centuries, it was accepted as literal history. However, over the past 200 years, evidence from multiple independent scientific fields has mounted, leading to an overwhelming consensus, a global flood that covered every mountain on Earth. As described in Genesis, did not happen. This conclusion isn't an attack on faith. It's based on verifiable physical evidence. First, let's consider the geological record. If a single, year-long global flood occurred just a few thousand years ago, it would have left behind the single most obvious piece of evidence imaginable, a massive, universal sedimentary layer. Geologists would be able to find this distinct flood layer in the rock strata all over the world, dated to the same time period. It simply doesn't exist. Instead, the geologic column shows a complex sequence of layers deposited over billions of years, revealing a long and gradual history of life. Not a single catastrophic event. Furthermore, delicate geological structures like the desert varnish on rocks or the ancient undisturbed ice layers in Antarctica and Greenland, which contain a year-by-year record of our climate going back hundreds of thousands of years, show no interruption from a worldwide flood. Next, there is the evidence from genetics. A global flood that reduced the entire human population to just 8 people, Noah's family and all land-dwelling, our breathing animal species to a single breeding pair would create an extreme genetic bottleneck. All subsequent human and animal life would be descended from these few individuals. Our DNA would show this. Geneticists can trace population histories by looking at genetic diversity, and the evidence clearly shows that the human population has never been that small. Our genetic diversity is far too great to have come from just 8 people 4,500 years ago. The same is true for the animal kingdom. There is no evidence of a worldwide species bottleneck at that time. Finally, there are the logistical and physical impossibilities. The sheer volume of water required to cover the highest mountains is staggering, more than 5 times the amount of water in all the world's oceans today. Where did this water come from, and where did it go? The logistics of the Ark itself are also a challenge. Housing, feeding, and caring for millions of animal species including predators and prey in a single vessel for a year is an insurmountable biological and engineering problem. How could Noah have gathered species from isolated continents like Australia and South America? The biblical story works powerfully as a theological narrative about judgment and covenant, but the physical evidence from the world God created tells a different story about our planet's history. While local catastrophic floods certainly happened and likely inspired these myths like the Black Sea deluge hypothesis, the evidence against a single global flood is conclusive.